optical experiment that is called Bristol's law. So in polarization we have studied what is Bristol's law. So basically it's an law which tells us about, which gives us about the value of refractive index with the help of polarizing angle. And it is based, we get this Bristol's law when we are dealing with reflection, this polarization by reflection. So when there is a phenomena called reflection, and where ray of light is reflected from a transparent material, okay, or opaque material also gives us the refractive index. So if it is reflected, then at a certain angle it is found that the reflective beam is perfectly polarized, okay, and that angle is called polarizing angle. So in this experiment we are going to find that polarizing angle, and using polarizing angle we will try to find the refractive index of the material. So in this experiment we are using this is our spectrometer, okay, and here we are having spectrometer. Then this spectrometer, you might be aware about the spectrometer, what is spectrometer it is. And here we are having source of light, this is our source of light, and then this slit which we have used, very narrow slit, and then this is your analyzer, okay. So the analyzer which we have studied in the theory, this is your analyzer, and we can rotate this, okay. So I told you that it is at 90 degree and 0 degree. So this is your analyzer, and the axis, transmission axis of analyzer can be rotated like this, okay. So what is happening here, what you will see here, a ray of light is coming from the source, okay, and here I will keep a reflecting surface, and then from that reflection I will try to find the angle, and then finally we'll find the polarizing angle, this theta we'll try to find, okay. That is our aim of the experiment. And with that theta, if the polarizing angle, if the refractive index we have to find, and that refractive index will be tan of IP, which is polarizing angle. So in that sense we will verify whether Bristol's law is correct or not, because we already know the value of the refractive index, and we'll check whether we are getting the same value or something else, okay. So how to start with this experiment? First, this is our split level. So first you have to adjust the split level, which I have already done. So split level should be, the bubble should be at the center. So you have to check it to the base. This all base I have checked it, so it's already done. And then at all different places, okay, and then on prism table also you just look at that. So if it is not there, you have to adjust at the center. So it's already done. So this is called optical leveling. So we have done the leveling, and then you have to focus this your slit has to be narrow and very sharp and narrow slit. Here with this camera is not visible actually, but the slit which I have adjusted is very narrow, and we can, it's not visible here. Okay, so I have adjusted the slit narrow. So since we want to find the polarizing angle, so we have to measure two different positions. So one is direct reading. So here if you can see, what is the direct reading which you can see here? The direct reading is around 172 something, okay. So 172 is the direct reading, and vernier caliper is that. So I have taken the direct reading first, you can see this. So in window X the direct reading is around 172 degree 15 minutes, and on window Y the direct reading is around 352 degree 2 minutes, okay. So that is our direct reading. So how to do this experiment, you can see here. This is our transparent material. It can be prism, your slab, any material you can, any shape you can keep, okay. And then ray of light is coming from the collimator, it will get reflected, and at a certain angle called polarizing angle you will get the ray of light, reflected ray of light. That reflected ray of light will be perfectly polarized. So how to identify whether the light is polarized or not? With the help of this analyzer. So with this analyzer, when we keep this analyzer, the intensity of light goes on increasing from one point to the another point, and then we will get two type of position. At which we will get minimum intensity, and second at which we get the maximum intensity. So in this we will try to find the position for minimum intensity. maximum intensity thing was a little difficult to obtain, because that is the maximum power. Okay, so we'll try to do that. So to do that, I'll show you how to do this experiment. So this is our reflecting surface, which is a prism. So I will keep the reflecting surface. We have taken the reading of the direct reading. We have taken direct reading. Now we will take the reflecting reading. So to take that, I will keep this prism like this. Okay, and then we will move our telescope here. We'll move our telescope here. Okay, and after moving the telescope, I will try to search for the line, spectral line. Yeah, I got it. So it is around. So I will still just see directly. It is available here. So I will put my telescope. Yes. Yeah. So at this position, if you see, we are getting the direct reading. We are getting that slit again here. Okay. So that slit is visible here now. So now we will try to find the minimum intensity. So how to get the minimum intensity? I will rotate this angle. Okay, so I will rotate this and I will try to get the minimum intensity. Okay, so rotate this and get the minimum intensity. So I will do that. So I will try to get the minimum intensity. So here it is maximum, and then I got it at this position. Okay, fine. So at this position I am getting the value minimum intensity. Now what we have to do, we have to increase the angle. So I have to increase the angle little value, and then again I will check for the intensity. So I will increase the angle. So how to increase the angle? So by moving this little more, I will check the increase in the angle, and I will check the slit again. Increase the angle, check the slit again. Increase the angle, check the. Okay, so here the value which I am getting is okay. I will try to see it again. We will move it a little more because I have just done it. So I have got the position at which the intensity is minimum. Okay. So now what I have done, you listen here carefully. We have kept this prism in this table, and then I have increased this angle. So this polarizing angle I have first started with this almost with minimum value and keeping this straight, and then I have increased this angle by rotating this prism table. So I have rotated this, so this angle goes on increasing. Okay, and then we are checking the reflected beam. So at this position, what I have observed, the reflected beam is having very less intensity. Means the intensity is almost zero. So here the intensity becomes minimum. So which means that we are getting only one ray of light. So one ray is completely blocked, and which is refracted ray, and the reflected rays are they are polarized light, linearly polarized light. So here we are getting linearly polarized light, and the angle which we get is around, here we are having around 60.5 degree, and earlier I got it around 60 degree. Okay, fine. So it is 60 degree here on window X, and here we are getting around 350. Here we are getting 241. It's around 241. Okay, so from here we have got around 240. So we get the value which is this. These two are the angles at which we are getting the minimum deviation. Okay, so minimum intensity we are obtained at this two position. Now what you have to do, you have to subtract this two reading. So this minus this and this minus this, I will get two angle which is theta. Okay, so this angle we are getting, this is your angle theta, and then using formula we will get IP value, and from IP value we can get the value of mu. Okay, so here in this write up what we have done, we have found the value of A1, A2, okay, which is direct. I have taken it in the reverse way. I have first found the value direct reading, so direct reading I have written it here, because at last we have to subtract it. So if I do it first or last, you will get the same answer. So I have first found this value, then I have found the value of minimum intensity. So minimum intensity value, we have got these two readings, okay, and then you have to find the difference. So after finding the difference, this IP, if you look the diagram, IP will be 180 minus theta divided by 2. Okay, so from the diagram 180 minus theta divided by 2. So theta we got it from here. I'll put that value here, and then IP I'll get it from the from this calculation, and then from this, that after finding the value of IP, I'll put it in this equation, that is tan IP. So tan IP will give you the mu value, and if mu value is the expected value, then we can say that Wester's law is verified. So I have found it in this experiment is around 68 degree, and the IP value is getting around 50 something. Okay, so and mu value is around 1.5, which I am getting in this experiment, and that is the expected value. So since the value is matching with the expected value, we can say your Wester's law is verified. So in this experiment, the Wester's law is verified. So I will repeat the entire thing. What you have to do first, you have to adjust it optical level, you have to do this adjustment. Okay, you keep this split level at different position, then adjust the prism table. Then check the straight beam, and the condition for straight beam is it has to be bright and narrow energy, and it has to be bright. Okay, after getting this, take the reading. So we have got the direct reading. Then you have to take the prism refracting surface. Okay, any material whose refractive index you have to find. So I will keep that facing this to the collimator, and this is my telescope on which we have attached an analyzer. Okay. So analyzer will tell us that whether the ray of light which is emerging out is polarized or not. So with the help of analyzer we can see that. So I have kept it, and then I have rotated. I have increased the angle polarizing this angle, incident angle, and check the intensity of lights. And we are getting a point at which for a certain angle the intensity is minimum, and that angle is the polarizing angle. And hence when we got the polarizing angle, we can put it in the formula and we get the refractive index. So that can be done for any material. So this is a prism for which we have done the experiment, and here we are having one more thing, that is a glass slab. So you can do the same experiment with the help of this glass slab also. So how I will do that? So I will keep it like this, okay, facing towards the collimator with the minimum angle, and then I will increase by rotating the angle, and then I will get a position at which we can get this value. Okay. And hence, if I get the value of polarizing, if I get the polarizing angle, getting the polarizing angle, I can find the refractive index of this material. So any material refractive index can be found with the help of this experiment, and we can find the refractive index of any transmitting material, okay, transparent material in this experiment. So that's it. Okay.